Let's check in with our pre-market open this morning. It is 7:30. Futures are pointing slightly higher this morning on the back of Donald Trump announcing yesterday that, we're going to get potential infrastructure spending started in January. That also gave a big bump to interest rates moving up yesterday. But this morning, the big employment jobs reports are out, and that is giving a little bit of a lift to the futures this morning. Jobs for the month of November came out, and up 228,000 in November. The expectation was only for 190,000. We'll get into some more of this details. These numbers just got released, and so we'll have to keep a watch on this. But first of all, remember that we hire a lot of people in November and December for delivery drivers and seasonal workers, etc. So these are not permanent, long-lasting jobs. But nonetheless, we did have 228,000. Unemployment rate remained at 4.1%. The concerning part is the fact that wages still refuse to rise. Average hourly earnings were only up 0.2%, well below expectations. And the average work week, so we're getting paid less and working longer hours. That clicked up to 34 hours and a half. So again, working longer hours, getting paid less. And that's where the real problem economically is coming from, is that we simply just don't have the wage growth to support the economic environment. So outside of that, let's slip over to our Real Investment News Desk with Scarlett Ficar this morning. What stories you got for us?
Yeah, just looking across the globe, an early morning breakthrough on Brexit first-round negotiations takes the process toward the next stage of forging the UK's post-exit relationship with the European Union. In the negotiations outlines agreements on citizens' rights and the divorce bill, which were achieved. Leading Brexit campaigner Nigel Farage labeled the deal a humiliation. Gilts dropped and the pound remained relatively unchanged in the wake of the deal. Also overnight, the MSCI Asia Pacific Index added 0.6%, while Japan's Topix Index closed 1% higher following data showing the country's economy expanded faster than expected. In Europe, the surge in bank shares is lifting the Stock 600 index, which was trading 0.9% higher at 5:45 a.m. this morning. S&P 500 futures, as you said, Lance, are up, added 0.3%. The 10-year Treasury yield was at 2.389%, and gold continues its recent slide. And the last thing I wanted to mention is Congress sent President Donald Trump a bill extending federal funding for government spending to December 22nd, avoiding a shutdown, which was actually scheduled to begin today. Lawmakers will try to resolve issues on spending limits in the next couple of weeks, which would allow for agreements on a longer-term budget. So we'll keep you posted on that.
Yeah, no, and it just really 2 weeks. I mean, if you're going to pass a continuing resolution, why not do it for a month or 2 months or 3 months? I mean, we're going to be right back in the same soup in 2 weeks, and then we're going to try to be dealing with the government shutdown right before Christmas. That makes no sense whatsoever.
Well, I'm not the one in charge over there, but if I was...
I know. You would just say, budget, what budget?
Exactly.
But more importantly, though, you missed Bitcoin this morning. I thought surely you were talking about Bitcoin hitting over it got over 19,000 yesterday and crashed to 13,000 this morning. So
exactly.
I don't know where Brian bought it yesterday, but he may be underwater now. So
well, some people in our office do have it, so I'm just curious how some guys are dealing with it. But yeah, that's crazy.
Great story this morning. We were talking about it earlier. A guy in London actually had mined Bitcoin back in 2013, threw away his hard drive. That Bitcoin that he had mined in 2013 was worth nothing. It's now worth $105 million. He's now going to go out and mine the landfill to try to recover his hard drive.
Oh my gosh! And I would do the same thing. Would you not for $105 million?
Yeah. Well, sadly though, by the time he recovers the drive, Bitcoin may crash back to zero, and it'll all be for naught.
Oh man, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's an interesting story.